Hey guys, it's Duchess Braids here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be breaking down this beautiful style for you guys to show you in details how I got it done. It looks a little simple, but trust me, it's a little bit difficult. And so I really want to share with you guys how I was able to achieve this style. So let's jump into it. So at first I start with straight hair. I did wash her hair. I blew it out and I straightened it almost like a silk press. And so these were the results after all of that. So you do have to start with a straight base, or I recommend that if you want a really sleek ponytail. So then I'm going to go ahead and part the side part out. It's going to be a really deep side part. So just ensure that you guys go in from the side and just make it as deep as you can, but still leave a little, you know, to be able to sleep back. So with that, I go from ear to ear. So this is me just parting out from ear to ear because we're going to try and start with the back ponytail first. But first, I wanted to kind of define the part of the deep part. Deep side part. So I went ahead and put some wax on it. I'm not using any type of jam because you know jam is water based and it's going to revert the hair back to like curly. So that's why we use wax, you guys, so that the hair does not revert back to curly hair. So what I'm doing now is going by pretty fast. However, if you're a visual learner, I'm pretty sure you can catch on what I'm doing. Like I said, this style is not the easiest because I'm figuring it out. It came to me as an idea, and as I'm going, I'm still figuring it out. So what I'm doing is I'm parting out. So I put that side deep part, the one closest to the ear, away, and now I'm parting around the hairline. So what I'm going to be doing is basically setting up the anchor for that braid that you see going across. So the braid is not just braided like that. If you watch further down in the video, you'll see how I get it done, but I'm basically doing a really tiny braid, and then I'm going to end up sewing that fluffy braid on top of it. So if you want to see how that is done, you have to stay tuned to the end and watch how that I get that done. So what I've parted out so far is the entrance to that puff fluffy braid, like a butterfly braid, and I parted out this small tiny braid as well, and I'm braiding that. So I left some hair in the front and I'm leaving some hair in the back. And once it comes together, you guys, you will get a deeper understanding of what I'm doing, and then you can go back and say, okay, now I can try to do this style. But right now it might be a little bit confusing because you don't know where I'm going with it. So like I said, I parted out from ear to ear, and I'm going to go ahead and slick that back. And I like to slick it back with the beeswax in layers. So I'm just parting out from ear to ear because I like to do the back ponytail first and then kind of sleek everything else into it. And that's just the easiest way for me. For everyone saying that beeswax is the worst, I completely agree. But we use beeswax because this is the easiest product to use for this type of style. However, to get it out, it is very difficult to get this product out. However, if you use some type of detoxing shampoo, there's plenty of different methods that people use to get it out. When I'm doing this style, before this style, she had in another sleek ponytail that you guys have seen, and she had no difficulties getting the beeswax out of her hair. When I washed her hair, I didn't feel any film or anything. So I know what you're talking about when you say beeswax can be difficult to get out. And a lot of people in the comments said for finer hair. So if you do have finer hair, it might be extremely difficult for you to get it out. So be careful of that. Just a little warning, but it doesn't damage her hair. It doesn't do anything to her hair. Her hair is still growing, still intact. We just use like a detoxifying shampoo to get it out, as well as, you know, shampoo about 3 times, which you should be shampooing your hair around 2 to 3 times to get any type of products out anyways, and then you wash it as you go. So now I'm using one of my 2-part brush. I got that brush from the hair store, you guys. So I am doing all types of method to sleek this down. I use the beeswax first to kind of mold it. Then I use the Got to Be Glued spray to get it to kind of stay. And I use the brushes, the comb, every single thing possible to get it to form into that ponytail. So now I'm slicking back the back, and you guys saw me using that spoon. I lost my little spatula toy. I don't know where it went. But when it comes to slicking back, you guys, you kind of don't want all those lines that you're seeing. Why I keep going over with the brush is because you don't want to see those lines. If you want it to look perfect and you want it to look like a real nice slick back, you kind of want to get rid of all those lines. Um, in it. So I'm keep going back and forth and keep like using the brush and the comb and everything possible. I'm really just trying to get rid of the lines so that it's all hair that I'm seeing and I'm not seeing too many lines. It kind of breaks up the sleek ponytail if you're able to kind of see through to the scalp. So I keep going over it, just like that line right there. I'm trying to get rid of that. And then I created more, and then I'm going back in with the brush, and you just got to keep at it until you get it really sleek. And for everybody saying I'm dragging her all over the place, I am a little rough-handed or heavy-handed. However, this video is sped up times 4, so everything just looks super aggressive. So just don't even like think too deep into that. She was not harmed during this process or any other processes when I'm doing their hair. But yeah, so right now I'm at the top. I've already slicked that side back. I've already slicked the back up. So now it's time for the front. So I'm basically kind of ignoring that braid. I'm gonna pull the back part of that braid out the way, and I'm gonna go in with my wax and layer this hair in the front. I don't want it too swoopy in her face because that can be a little tad bit annoying. So I'm just gonna do it to where it's at a comfortable spot, a little bit in her face, but not too much. You guys know those swoops I'm talking about, where it's like deep in your face, and it's almost like, how do you even wash your face, or how does it even last? So right now I'm just swooping it back, and I'm doing it in layers. I'm putting the beeswax up there because, like I said, this is what I use to mold. And then I'm using the brush. I'm using 2 different brushes. I got both of them from the beauty supply store, you guys. I've tried to link them, but I just simply cannot find the brushes to make sure that I link them properly. But if I do bump into them on like Amazon or something, I'll make sure to link it for you guys. So I'm using my comb. This is the Duchess Braids Precision Comb. It's handy for any situation, honestly. And I'm using the comb, 2 brushes, and I'm going back and forth to make sure it's really, really sleek. This is how you do it. Like, you know, if you're wondering how to get it that sleek, you really just can't just throw it up there and just think one time or one pass over is going to do it. You kind of have to go back in. You got to spray the got to be glue spray. And before that spray dries, you have to mold it to where you want it to be. So mold it with the beeswax, spray the spray on it, use the blow dryer to dry it. If you have it perfectly in place, you want to use the blow dryer immediately to dry it so that it stays where you want it to stay. So that is a part of the molding process, guys. I'm using all these tools just to get it to where I need it to get. And as far as this style goes, you guys, I'm really thinking this is not like an everyday style. So if everyone is like, who wants to do something like that? I'm really thinking like a wedding. I'm thinking bridesmaid. I'm thinking birthday. I'm thinking photo shoot. Like this style is perfect for that type of event. This is an event style. This is not an everyday, let me go get a sleek ponytail style. So if you're coming from a standpoint of that looks crazy, or you know that's different, just think wedding, think event, think special occasion. And I think this style is a very much fits in that mold. So now I'm going back into the top part and I'm going to mold it around. And this can be a little bit difficult only because that hair that makes the turn, it can be difficult to mold it. So you really kind of have to take your time and layer it and mold it down and to make sure that hair goes where you want it to go. So I have that little piece of hair left out, you guys, because that's going to be the start of my braid. So you see, I saw that braid in the beginning, how it was fluffy and nice. It had to start from somewhere. So I had to leave some hair out, and that's what that red clip is hanging on to, because that hair is going to be the start of my braid. And then I'm going to braid out away from it. And then I'm going to end up sewing it onto that small braid. So you do see that small braid. I'm going to just sleek the tail of that small braid in with this whole entire thing. I'm spraying my got to be glue sprayed again. And then I'm going to just swoop, 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 get it right, and use the blow dryer and put it into a ponytail. So as you can see, I've done at least 3 ponytails. So I did the back first. I did the side with the heavy swoop, and I did the deep part side as well. And I have like 3 layers of rubber band on this ponytail. So don't be afraid to break up your ponytail. It doesn't all have to be in one, and it's extremely difficult to do it that way. So break the ponytail up. You know, do the back first, do the sides second, and put rubber bands on it. That now I'm braiding out the back. Excuse me. Now I'm braiding out the back, and I'm going to wrap some wrapping paper, hair wrap paper around it. This is going to protect her ponytail from the glue. I find this to be the fastest and easiest way. I used to take forever to put a ponytail on because I was either sewing it on, or when I glued it on, I was like gluing the tracks. But then, like, I don't know, I must have came across it on Instagram or something where I saw people just put the glue on the wrapping paper and just put the tracks, run the tracks around it. And that took off at least 15-20 minutes off of the style, because now I'm just not even trying to put the glue on the track itself, but I'm putting the glue on the wrap paper and just rolling the weave up above it. And this hair that I'm using, guys, is extremely inexpensive. I get it from the hair store. I think it's what is it called? If I can tag it, I will, but it's like $10-13, especially if you're doing a ponytail that you're gonna braid up. There's no need in spending a bundle price or 130 or whatever. You get this hair for like $10-13, and it's not a hair that you can really leave out. I did leave a little bit of it out here, but typically I braid it in some type of cute braid style. So if you're going to be braiding it up in some cute braid style, don't spend a whole bunch of money to achieve this style if you're going to be braiding the ponytail up. So yeah, $13 at the hair store. I got 2 packs, and yeah, I'm able to do this type of style with it. It's synthetic, so you cannot put any heat to it. So I do recommend like getting it straight if you want to get it straight, or getting like a curly hair if you're going to get curly hair. But you know, it's not the hair you kind of want to last a really long time. Like, again, it's an event type of hairstyle. So the bundles are not going to last if you have it out. And neither is this hairstyle. This hairstyle might last her a week and a half if she really like ties it down and does a good job. But yeah, so I wrap the tracks up above the ponytail, and I always like to leave a little string just to secure it a little bit more, and I just kind of wrap that around. So now I'm going into the braid. You guys have, if you watch my channel, you guys have seen me do braids like this before, where I kind of just braid it out first, and then I go back in and I fluff it out. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm using the same hair from the bundles in her ponytail. I cut it off the weft, and I'm using the same hair to add in, so that I don't want it to be a different texture from the sleekness. So I did not use like braiding hair, because you guys know braiding hair comes with a certain texture. So I ended up using this hair, and it is a straight texture. So I just cut it off the weft, off the ponytail, and I'm using it and just basically braiding it in. So once I've done that, I'm going to braid it out some, and then I'm going to pull on the hair to fluff it out. So I braid it down some. You guys see I'm fitting it in, seeing how it's going to go. And then I go in and I pull on it. I clip it off to where it won't go loose at the end. And then I just pull, 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 pull on the sides of each turn until I get it as fluffy as I want it to be. And I just continue to do that for most of the rest of the style. All right, so once I've done that, I braid it out some more. I stop at another point, and then I fluff it out again. So that's pretty much how I was able to achieve this braid. And then I'm going to show you guys what I do to it next. All right, so now that I've braided it all out, I'm going in with my needle and thread, and I'm going to be threading or sewing the hair down, but I'm also at the same time hiding the thread as I go. So I'm sewing into that braid that I made, a little tiny braid, and then I pull it through the braid and up into the hair, into the big braid. And then whenever the thread goes down, I kind of put the thread in between. It's hidden. The thread is hidden between the braids. So if someone is looking at this style, just looking at it, you're not going to be able to even see the thread because I hide the thread in between the hair. If you guys can imagine, the hair is like a braid. It's like the braid is like a rope or something, and you're just hiding it in the creases of the rope. So it just blends in really well and you can't see the thread at all. And I just sew it, sew it, sew it. And then once I'm done sewing it, I go ahead and I start pulling it out some more just to make it a little bit more fluffy. So the braid did end at a certain point. So right now at this point, I am sewing onto the hair itself. So this is fully sewn on to the hair because the braid is finished. So the hair that is slicked back is what I was sewing onto, just that for that little part. But now I'm going in and I'm just fluffing it out, making it look better. And I'm going to be trimming, you guys, all that excess hair that's poking out. I go ahead and wrap it around the ponytail and I'm hiding the tail of that braid so that it's hidden. And then I'm just going to sew it down in place. And yeah, like I said, this is a style for like bridesmaid, wedding, event, birthday party, something special. I don't think this is something I would personally wear just on a regular Monday or Tuesday going nowhere. This definitely is like an event type of style for me. And yeah, this is how the ponytail looks. I was trying to do a different style with it, but it was not going to work. So I ended up saying, okay, I need some flair with this ponytail. So I started just braiding one little braid and I'm going to fluff it out again and just leave it like that. There's so many styles that you can possibly do with this. I could have put more braids in it and fluffed it out and made it look more magical, but this is just how it turned out, you guys. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. First and foremost, if you've watched this entire video and you liked the video, go ahead and show me that you liked the video by liking the video. That's one. Secondly, if you feel like you learned something from this video, go ahead and comment to me what you learned new, what your opinions are about it. And, go ahead and turn that notification bell on if you haven't had it on and subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you commenting, liking, and just continue to watching me. So I'll see you guys next time with another amazing video. Thanks for tuning in.